Hello, I'm Don Calhoun.
And I'm Dwayne Coos, and we're co-authors of the book Dancing with the Elephant. Thank you for joining us today. We have a special topic for you, and that is
Universal truth.
universal truths. That one's got me spinning.
Well, all of us in life are going to be literally what we perceive as truthful, or our paradigm of reality is defined by, first of all, our past. And so what I'm saying to you is you first of all have to look into not only your upbringing of your parents, but your grandparents and how you're defined. And that will perceive your reality as you perceive it to be true. I was raised in a Catholic school. I was raised all the way through Catholic school, actually went to Catholic university. To say that does not have an impact on who I am and what I'm about would be totally incongruent. To say that my parents and my upbringing has no relevance to who Don Calhoun is totally incongruent. Of course it does. So that exploration of family history. So Dwayne, can you relate a story for our audience on not only just maybe a sneak tradition, a sneak peek into the Coos family history and lineage and how it defined your universal truth?
Well, at my home, they always talked about the tree and the apple. And the apple only falls so far from the tree. And And I should mention also, what this really is tying out to, back to the equation that we've talked about in the past, is the aspect of your ability to have receptive choice. So there are universal truths that you are connected to your past. I love the story that I'm connected to the stars, that through the death of stars, all of the elements of the periodic table were created, so that in fact, here's Don, here's Dwayne, made of elements that the stars created, okay? So that's a universal truth. I'm connected to those stars, but more simplistically, I can look to my dad, and I can see lots of features that I'm all about him, and I can look to my grandpa.
And bad,
good and bad. Yeah, the yin and the yang are always there, and his dad, and back in time we go. And so there's that connection to your past that is what it is. But now though, here I am today. And I think the gift we're trying to share with people is that, yes, you are connected, and yes, here's the foundation of it all, but you have the receptive choice to decide who you want to be in the future.
Correct. And does your past equal your future is basically what you're coming up to. So it's an environmental influence. How much does our environment shape who we are, and how much of our who we are is who we are? How much of it is genetic?
Yeah,
okay? Hereditary versus that type of thing. And to turn around and say a universal truth is you are literally shaped from your environment, from both your church, from your community, from your parents, from your grandparents. Those all things form your perception of truth and reality. Now, the reality is, if you were born 100 years ago, and let's just take slavery as an issue. Actually, it'd be more accurate to say about 150 years ago, you were a black man, you were a slave. And therefore
owned by somebody else.
Owned by somebody else, and that would have been a universal truth at that time. Fast forward 150 years to today, and now you're the President of the United States. So the truth today is this is not defined by ownership and not defined by subjugation of white man to that. No, that there is total freedom. So the question is what's going to happen another 150 years from now? How is this important to them, Dwayne?
I believe the critical factor here is to have your eyes open. that too often we get caught in systems, we get caught in families where we really don't step back and open our eyes in terms of who we are. What is my creative power? And what are the choices that I can make? And that's not that I divorce the whole world, but if I see it, if I'm conscious of it, if I'm aware of it, we believe we can truly direct our future to the point of what our cosmic legacy becomes.
And it really does come down to that receptive choice, that if you're armed with the facts and you can see it clearly, you will have the choice of carrying on your family prejudice or beliefs or truths, universal truths, or you'll have the ability to step outside and say, you know, that tradition we had in our family is nuts. I think I'm going to opt out of it. I think we're going to believe a different thing. So that power issue comes down to understanding that truth and cleaning that mirror.
So your challenge for today, take a quick look back in time. What are the traditions of your family that maybe changed during your lifetime? And probably even more importantly, what are the traditions that you hold true to today that might not be as universal as you think? Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
If you enjoyed today's information and would like to receive 20 free videos,
20 free videos that cover the key questions that people usually ask about dancing with the elephant, you can go to dancewiththeelephant.com.